So let us continue with our lesson. And since we have almost completed our project, and the next thing that we will do is, before we move on, what we will do is we will create a GitHub repository. So let's go back to our GitHub over here. And I hope you have already created the GitHub account in previously when we were doing our API. So at that time, I also have created a GitHub account. So we'll make use of the same account, and here you can just go to your repositories, and over here you can just select create a new, and just click on the new repository, and we will say that this is a for to do dash android. So this is Android version, and the description you can say this each to android, the Android app from Udemy to URS course. You can just give any description, and you can make it as a public or a private. So I'll make it as a public because I want you guys to access it, and if you want to make it private, you can just select the private. Private means that only you or you will have access to this particular repository unless and until you add some other person to that repository. So what I will do is I'll just create this one, create a repository. Will create a new repository for us, and a new repository with the command line, so we'll make use of this one. So let's go back to our Android Studio over here and just select the app and go to show in Explorer. That will open the directory for us. So this is the directory where our project is stored, and what we will do is I will right click over here and open a git pass over here. You can also navigate it through the command prompt, but I'm using a git bash over here. And if I go back over here, we have some command to run. So we need to run this command. So first of all, I create a readme file. Just copy this one and go back and paste it over here. And paste it over here. And this will create a readme file. If you go back to the directory over here, it will add a readme file. So readme file, if you want to add any of the description regarding the project or anything, then you can add into the readme file. And let's go back and run some of the other command that we need to run. The next command is we need to run of git init, the init init. So this will initialize the git now. And if we go back to the directory, then you see the git folder has been added over here. And next is we will run this command. So what we need to do is we need to add all of our file using a git add. So git add command will basically add all of our file that we have over here, all of this file to sorry, not the git, so all of this file to our git. So basically if it says that git add readme.md means that it will add a specific file, but we are not here to add a specific file. We just want to add the whole project. So how do we add a whole project is we can say git add and space dot. So this will add all of our project files. So just hit enter. Sorry, git as it's a spelling mistake over here. That is k. I need to make it as a git add dot, and that will take some time to add all of the file to our GitHub and Git directory locally. And once we have added all of the file, which is in our, we have added to the Git, and now next we need to commit it. So when we commit it, it will put into our local repository. So when we commit, so if we go back over here, it's a git commit and first. So when we commit means that it's going to add into the local repository, not the remote. So remote repository is this link, but when we commit it, it will add it to the local repository. And the git that add will preparing it's like a staging where we are adding all of our file to commit to our local repository, and when we commit it, it's going to add it to the local repository. So I'll just copy this section and go back over here and just paste it. So this will commit all of our changes. So whatever we have added previously, now it's committed to the locally. And the next thing is that what we need to do is we need to add this link. So git remote add origin. So we need to add a remote link. So just copy this section and go back and paste it over here. So that will add a remote link for our repository. And now we can push it. So if we say git push that origin master, just copy and just paste it over here. So this will push our master origin to our git remote. So we need to log in. So I will log in using my, okay, let me log in. So I'll just log in. And okay, so if it's login successful, then you can see it will synchronize, push to our remote repository. And if you check over here now, the file should be already in our, so we have a readme file and everything is in our remote repository. So we have successfully pushed our local repository back to the GitHub repository. And next is we'll create a branch, development branch. So this is we currently have only one branch, which is a master branch. So master branch is a branch that has always a working code. So make sure your master branch is protected and it always has some working application. So whenever you are developing or fixing a bug, fixing some error, or whenever you are adding some more functionality to app, make sure you create a different branch and work on a different branch. And if you work in the same branch, in the master branch, and you mess up your code, it's really difficult to get back to what was previously working. The master branch should be always a working branch and it should be in your production. So when you have developed app and released to the production environment, then make sure that it's from your master branch. And master branch should be protected and it should not affect your development. So if your development got affected, maybe the code got some change and maybe it has some bugs, you need to fix it using a different branch. So don't mix it with your master branch. So what we will do is we'll create a different branch over here, and what I will do is I'll say git and check out dash b, which will create a branch, and I'll create a branch of a dev. So now we have I'll just hit enter. This will create a new branch for us and switch the branch to the dev. Now if I say git branch, so you can see that it will, so we have a two branch now, which is of master and a dev. And if you see the star means that this is our current working. So we are working currently on a dev, which is in green and is of a star. So star means this is a branch that we are currently working, and this is the master branch. So now we have a two branch, which is dev and a master. Now we can push this dev branch to our remote repository. So what we'll do is we'll push this dev branch to our remote repository. So how do we push is that we can say git push and dash u, which is of, we will make a origin and say dev and just enter. So this will push our dev branch to our remote repository. And if you go now and just refresh this, you should see we have two branches over here. So if you see the branch, we have two, and now you can see we have a master branch and a dev branch. And if you go to the code section over here and see the branches, we have a master branch and a dev branch. So dev branch will be our development branch, where we will be adding feature or fixing our bug. So all of this will be in our dev environment. So currently we are working on our dev over here, dev branch, and we are not working in the master branch. So we can just go and work in our dev branch and fix the issue. Then we need to merge it with our master branch. So currently we are working on a dev branch, and I hope you guys got it. What we did over here, we created a new repository in GitHub. We push our local repository back to the remote repository on a GitHub. We have created a branch, and now currently we are working on a new branch, which is a dev branch. So that's all for this lesson. We'll continue with our lesson on coming videos. Till then, have a great day.